Goeiemorgen! Good morning, fellow South Africans. And I'm sorry, but that video clip that I put on yesterday with the silent cry of the Boers has really, it has really got to me, because it really epitomizes how fucked the world is today. You know, I was born a Protestant Christian. I grew up and I went to school in a Michael House in Valgan in Natal as a Protestant Christian. And we had values. We believed in things. We believed in humanity. And yeah, we didn't get it all right, but I tell you what, we were pretty close to the mark. And now, what you've got happening in Africa is this incredible invasion of people who have no God, have no direction, no morality, and their whole modus operandi is violence. It's very sad. It's very sad because, you know, in 1994, the white population, who were the only legal voters, whether you like it or not, they were the only legal voters, they literally signed over their country to the entire population, believing in this whole ideology of the Rainbow Nation. And that was only 24 years ago. Think about it, it's only 24 years ago. Now, Mandela is gone. And Mandela was certainly no saint, believe me, he was no saint. But he is gone. And now you've got these radical black African elements like Malema and that idiot from the BLF. I don't even know what his name is. I don't want to know what his name is. He's just irrelevant. But they are now coming in as political forces with the ANC, and their whole agenda is the destruction of the Boer nation. And this is where this whole narrative stinks. And this is where the friggin' mainstream media suck, okay? The mainstream media, I'm talking about people like the CNN, I'm talking people like MSNBC, I'm talking about SABC in South Africa, the national broadcaster, I'm talking about a whole range of television stations around the world. They suck because they do not tell the truth. They follow the politically correct narrative that, hey, you know, these white guys created some terrible sins against the black Africans in the Apartheid era. Now, let me give you a reality check, you friggin' little stupid friggin' journalists, you friggin' stupid bloody reporters from the mainstream media. I am now in my 60s, and when I was in South Africa, I came to Australia in 1986. Okay, so I came to Australia when I was 31. I never ever voted in a South African election because I always maintained my British passport. But that's irrelevant. The fact is that today, for you to have voted in the Apartheid era, add 24 years on top of 18, and what do you get? You get 42 years. So anyone who's, say, under 45 has never been part of the apartheid system. And that includes all the whites who still live in South Africa today. So condemn those who are 45 and above, okay? Just condemn them. But consider this fact that, think of Luther King in America. That was in the 80s. Consider that here in Australia, the Aborigines were kind of sidelined until the 80s. And then all of a sudden, when it became politically expedient, they started pointing the bone at the Boers in South Africa as if they had never been party to what we now call racism. I don't know what the right term is because racism has been so friggin' destroyed by the manner in which it has been misrepresented that it's just crazy. But the fact is that all these nations now pointing the finger at the Boers and saying, "Oh, you're racist," they were exactly the same a generation ago. The only difference is the Boers are a minority of white people living in a country where you've got a growing hatred happening. And it's not happening because of the internet or YouTube or whatever. You just go and look at the South African Parliament. You go and look at the South African Parliament. Look at what people like Malema and Ramaphosa and all these little goons are saying about white people in South Africa and the expropriation of white land in South Africa. This is a reality check. The Boers are not racists. Okay, you're probably going to hit me on the head for saying that, but they are not racist. They were, according to Omar, in a video which I've actually just recently put on here, far more embracing to the Bushmen or the San than the Nguni and Bantu tribes have ever been. And both the Nguni and Bantu tribes and the whites from the south, the Nguni and Bantu from the north through KwaZulu-Natal, are both invaders into the indigenous lands of the San. And the San people quite clearly say, and the Khoi quite clearly say, that the whites have been a lot fairer with them. You know what the Nguni and Bantu people remind me of? I've got that earlier video with the vultures where they're like cleaning out what's left of the rhino. But they remind me of people who have one objective in mind, and that is to rape, pillage, and steal. How can you build a nation based on that? You can't. Okay, this is my rant for the day. I'm just over it. I just had to get this out. I'll put a link to that video with the silent cry of the Boer below, because it is such an important story that the world is just ignoring. To the whites in South Africa, I'm on your side of the page, okay? I'm trying to do what I can. I'm just absolutely shocked at the bias of the mainstream media. I mean, they are just so biased, it is just extraordinary. I don't know what more I can say right now. I'm just emotionally drained after that video. I've watched it probably 5 or 10 times today, and it's brought me to tears every time, because it's so true. What and how the world has treated the Boers, the white South Africans, is just it beggars belief. It's just extraordinary. Now, I'm going to stop here before I say something that'll get me banned from YouTube. But please remember to subscribe. And I have some really good news. We're now over 4,000 subscribers, so I'm really happy about that. And let's just keep building this channel. Let's keep getting the message out there, guys. Okay? Take care and have a lovely day. Bye for now.